What's up, ladies and gentlemen? And it's your boy Tranto147, and welcome to another video of Behind the Canvas. And in this video, I'm going to butcher some names, and it is one of the most famous paintings of Japanese style. Anyway, I think so. Anyway, it's iconic. I used to have this picture on my wall when I was like a teenager because it's so goddamn fantastic. And it is. Here we go. Don't laugh. Here we go. Kats. Katsushika Hokusai. Okay, right. This ain't gonna go well. Okay, right. It's the picture. You've seen it. Yeah, most people have seen this painting before. The Great Wave of Kanagawa. Okay. So first of all, let's get into a little blurb about Katsushika Hokusai. Okay, here we go. Katsushika Hokusai was born Nakimuma Hachimon in 1760 in Edo, present-day Tokyo. He began training as a woodcutter at the age of 15, and 3 years later he entered the workshop of Katsushika Shinsho. Becoming bored of his life after a while, Hokusai left his master's school. There followed several footloose years in which he travelled throughout Japan, changing teachers as often as his location. This long journey helped to develop his stylistic variety. His huge oeuvre comprises 500 illustrated books as well as 30,000 coloured woodcuts. In Japan, it's called ukiyo-e, and a number of silk paintings. He created his 36 views of Mount Fuji in the 1830s. He died in 1849 in Edo. Oh, he must have been old. Edo. Yeah, age 88, yeah. He got on a bit. He had a good old life, he did. Katsushika Hokusai. So, there's a little bit about him. And let's go into the painting, shall we? Let's go. It is said that he only owned one teapot and a couple of tea bowls. In spite of his success and status, Katsushika Hokusai preferred the simple life. The Great Wave of Kanagawa belonged to his series of woodcuts, 36 views of Mount Fuji, which have been reproduced so frequently that in Europe they are considered the quintessential expression of Japanese art. I had that painting, not the original, obviously, guys, but yeah, I had a picture of that on my wall when I was a young teenage boy. I'm a lot older now. Three fully laden fishing boats are being tossed around in the middle of the roaring sea, while through the of the wave we can catch a glimpse of the snow-capped Mount Fuji behind the fishermen. The last wave they breasted swells up immediately ahead of them. The great wave of the tidal towers over them, its fringes looking like grasping claws. It seems impossible for them to survive. Immensely popular, this image was reproduced so many times that the rectangular box containing the title, top left, began to show signs of wear. The Prussian blue ink Hokusai used was the latest discovery, and synthetic pigment from faraway Europe, which was more permanent than the traditional natural indigo pigment, which tended to fade. Hokusai was delighted by this experiment with the ink and wanted to use the colour for his views of Mount Fuji. This made Hosakai's prints something completely new, but this new chemical pigment clung to the woodblocks, which was why subsequent prints had black contours. The first versions of the Great Wave of Kanagawa were considered the finest. A tireless perfectionist, Hokusai was always keen to do better, to experiment with new subjects, techniques, and compositions. Throughout his long life, he travelled ceaselessly in search of subjects and his inner vision. He also had many artistic periods, which inspired him each time to change his name. Well, he had loads of names. Was he like Prince, or like unintelligible symbol or something? I don't know. He had more than 30 names. Oh my goodness! I wonder how he remembered them all. In his repertoire, he could draw on all forms and techniques of painting and woodcut, depicting not only traditional Japanese themes such as fishing, samurai, but also above all everyday erotic and mythological scenes. His pictures of nature and the landscape made him famous, in particular his woodcuts, Series 36 Views of Mount Fuji, which shows Fuji from many different standpoints and which untimely included 46 prints. Today, the Great Wave seems to us to be the symbol of a tsunami. It can be found on sweaters, t-shirts and placemats, and has inspired the logo of an international manufacturer of surfboard and sportswear. It is so ubiquitous that it is often seen in the West as a synonym of Japanese art. There you go. It doesn't say where it is actually. Where can I find that? I'll say, you can probably find it. Where can you find that? Hang on a second, let me try and find where you can... Because usually at the bottom of the picture it says where you can find it. Give me a second. The Great Wave of Kanagawa. There we go, hang on. Give me a second. And you can find it... Oh, hang on, I've been there. I didn't see it there. Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. I've been there. I didn't see it. It probably wasn't on the show, that's why. I didn't see it. I can't believe I was there and I didn't see it. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, man, I don't want to go to New York again. It's horrible there. It's a horrible, it's a bloody shithole. Anyway, I'm a bit upset about that, so I'm probably going to be in a bit of a mood for the rest of the night. I can't believe I didn't see that. Anyway, yeah, if you want to see it and you want to risk your life travelling to New York, then I would definitely recommend seeing it. And that is pretty much the end of the video. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you again on the next episode of Behind the Canvas. Thank you. Goodbye.